Monks and I have been traveling for a few weeks now, and he says we should be getting close to our techie, his kingdom. I'm running low on food, and I'm afraid I might have to ask for us to stop long enough to begin a small farm. The scraps of potatoes I've been able to trade for are running low, and hunting's not an option for me. Monks has gone into a lot of detail of what he knows of the curse that took away his subjects and his kingdom. He says everything has been returned to a completely natural state. No more industry, no more homes, and no more people. He also mentioned a prophecy, one that sounds like it will spell doom for the remaining rulers if they can't band together. It's something almost out of a fairy tale, but I've been known for chasing fables my whole life. I have no room to judge. The only ones who have survived this ancient evil were the Cursed 12, although he's called them the Wondrous 12. I suppose it makes sense they'd see themselves in a more optimistic way than outsiders would. Thankfully, this ancient evil's power never reached the Outer Lands. I do have my doubts about how entirely everything has vanished. Nothing exists that is so powerful that it can destroy everything in its path so completely. Is there? I guess I'll find out tomorrow. Monk said tomorrow's trip will be the last one. Then hopefully I can find a place to settle down where I can have something to eat. It's been a long time since I was this hungry. Welcome to the Amalgam SMP, a world where 12 rulers must rebuild their kingdoms due to the aftermath of an ancient evil that wiped out everything but them. So far, these rulers have been doing an excellent job. And I am not one of those rulers. My name is Rain, an Avian scholar from an empire of the Outer Lands. I dedicated my life to the pursuit of knowledge, so of course I couldn't resist when a wanderer from the Cursed 12 came seeking help. I had studied these kingdoms in depth previously, but the opportunity to see everything firsthand was captivating. I am now an outcast, but I believe that to be a small price to pay. So after weeks of traveling with the Arachnid ruler, Monks, we arrived at his kingdom. There were a bunch of prickly plants I had only heard of. I read many things about them, but I had to do my scholarly duty and experience it firsthand.
It's very, very pointy and stabby look. If you just get close to it, it hurts.
Oh. After a quick tour of the new beginnings of his empire, I noticed a tower with a very intriguing crystal hovering on top. It wasn't something Monks recognized. Someone had built it while he was gone. We decided that was very rude.
There's a thing
What's
that...
this over here?
What thing?
This thing.
What thing? Oh, that thing. I don't know.
Tower.
I don't know. It was not there when I left, actually. So, I honestly don't know what it is.
So someone came and built it?
Maybe that would be really rude, to be honest, if someone did.
Very.
There you go. Don't know what that thing is, though. I do like it. It makes my brain go burr in a good way. It's mesmerizing, actually.
It's ancient.
I mean, it does have runes on it, so maybe, yes.
I haven't seen anything like it before.
Neither have I. What happens if I just touch it? Should I touch it?
I feel like that would be a bad idea.
I also feel like it would be a bad idea.
We investigated the pillar and the crystal, and we didn't really learn anything, but it did look fascinating. Time for the next best thing. Find out who built the pillar.
Come on.
To the nether.
To the nether.
So, we began in the nether, where, after a few complications, a long time ago we used... Oh no, I'm falling. Hold on to this legend. But...
Oh, what the fuck? Oh.
It's Hoglands! We met a couple of other rulers. The first one we found was Queenie, and she seemed to know what this pillar was about.
I mean, we also can go over here. We have the stores and the shopping.
Is this her?
Oh yeah, that's the person. That's the person that came by.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm delivering things to people.
Ooh, free stuff. Also, Queenie, by the way, quick question. You know, I've been gone for a long time, right? We all know this. I just came back with Rain over here, and I was showing her around my kingdom, my bare bones kingdom. Oh, and there was a tower that I feel like it's kind of rude if someone built. Yeah, I think someone built it without permission.
Wait,
and that's kind of rude, to be honest.
Can you show me?
Sure, we can go back and I can show you if.
Is it this way?
Yeah.
Can we go this way real quick? I gotta deliver one of these to Nifty.
Okay.
While on our way to our techie, we also encountered Tante.
Hello?
I left
Okay.
mail in your chest at your house.
Okay, thank you.
And dealt with a few more problems getting back to the desert.
Who are
Oh,
two of
never
you?
mind.
Oh,
Deal with the nice little gentleman in the bridge.
what now?
Yeah. So,
No.
I mean,
People
to be fair.
Real issue.
Oh, that's not fun.
Oh, no.
That's a gas. Tante, run! Run, Tante!
We need
Not
to get out
Oh,
of
Rain's
here.
there.
It's not.
You're shooting
No.
at the. You're shooting at the other person. I forgot the name
No,
of.
oh my god.
No, Rain!
Wait, I'll just go around. Hold on.
We let's
Just
we're
run.
just gonna
Just run.
just
Run.
run, just run.
Sus, very
Go,
sus.
go, go, go.
Tante, did you fall into the lava?
Yes, they did.
can
I
make it, I
watched
can
it
make it.
happen.
Okay.
I can make it. Don't worry.
I
we're
also
not
don't think
making
that's a
it.
good
I
idea.
got
It could go really bad.
Okay, here. Just gonna.
Hello, Rain.
Oh wait, I got an idea.
What are you?
Ow.
That worked.
Tante, this way.
My
There's one
staircase.
that was
To you.
Let's
I'll
see.
break you.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
Okay. I need mod intervention, please.
I'm on fire. You set me on fire.
Oh, why'd you kill the kind gentleman? Oh, I want
Because
that.
he was not gonna be kind anymore.
Oh.
Well, I mean, we can't have unkind gentlemen running around, can we?
Yeah.
There's one. There's an unkind gentleman. Eventually, everyone was finally able to make it through. Okay, did everybody make it?
Yes,
We made it.
yes.
think
Everybody
so.
made it. All right.
Ow.
No.
I just have
Drunk
like, I just
child.
have like broken ribs. I haven't been
Hello, yes,
resolved in like
that
7
tower
years.
over there. That's a tower that somebody
I've
really
seen this
wants to
before.
build. You've seen that before?
When we arrived back in our techie, Queenie and Tante said they had seen these pillars in other kingdoms. They hadn't been built, they had just appeared, like they were made out of thin air. Each time one appeared, it came with a key. From what I saw of the ones Monks and Tante had received, it was an Eye of Ender that shimmered with enchantment magic. It was certainly unique. I had never seen anything like it before. I wasn't even sure it was possible. Yet, there it was. Sadly, we had no spare time to take a closer look at them. Interestingly enough, Queenie knew about the crystals that hovered on the top. I couldn't catch the name of them, but she said they explode when you hit them, making them useful for executions in her kingdom. This particular quality was demonstrated, of course.
The law decides to kill them.
Please. I want a heart and a half.
But why
Don't
though?
execute me, no!
No.
You executed Rain!
No, I'm in the jungle
Quinny.
again. I think we should wait. You guys should come with me. Come with me.
Okay.
We're gonna go and visit Nifty.
For a better explanation, Queenie suggested we talk with Nifty, who probably has more information on what these pillars are. While there, I spotted Tante's pillar. It seemed to try to imitate the surroundings, just as Monks' pillar had done. It was odd, but Tante liked it. Maybe this imitation is to make it more likable to prevent its destruction? Who knows, but it seems to have worked on a few people. When we entered Nifty's shop, we saw another visitor. Quick introductions took place between myself and these other rulers, the undead ruler, Nifty, and the Wither Queen, Rose. Then we got down to business.
Well, I think what I came here for is there's another tower, and Monks found it when they came back.
That's
mushroom
David.
tower.
That was the first one.
They-
And then, of
There's
course, we had
more?
Jester's pillar.
Oh,
Sir?
Jester's
And there
pillar.
was one in this.
I have other
Anna?
news.
Oh?
I went to Jester's base, and the entire kingdom is, I don't know, like taken over.
Jester was made of void magic, which seems to be the same material the pillars are made out of, so do you think perhaps it absorbed her?
Wait, so these
It
pillars
wouldn't
are
hurt.
absorbing people? This obviously has terrifying implications. I learned Jester was a phantom being who was fascinated with her pillar. Her fondness for the pillar seemed to factor into her merging with it. I was reassured that this normally didn't happen, but I was more concerned by what could happen in the future. The devastation that resulted from this consumption was extensive. It was hard to see what used to lay beneath the carnage. On top of this, the pillar was creating a cloud so dense that it blocked out the light of the sun, meaning the swamp was swarmed with violent monsters. In place of the crystal we had seen on Monks' pillar, there was a large spike on top surrounding a soul fire. The cloud seemed to be emanating from the spike, and oddly enough, we could stand on top of this dense cloud. So that's where we stayed to avoid the dangers below, while I learned a little about the pillars and we decided what to do next. With further discussion, it was determined that these pillars absorbed the Phantom's magic, stealing her energy and causing her to fade away or be completely consumed. This magic sapping ability threatens the delicate balance of life and death for Rose and Nifty. Both are beings who rely on magic to stay present, just as Jester did, and prolonged exposure to the pillars would likely mean their doom, just as it had been hers. Queenie had left to tell the other rulers about what happened, so Teak and Kit soon arrived.
Hello.
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 We think Jester got ate by the magic pillar.
Eaten is grammatically correct.
No.
They both seemed a little more hostile, but I have no hard feelings against them for hesitation around a stranger. Especially since I was suddenly elected as the new ruler of the swamp.
I feel like Jester being eaten by the pillar is completely justified.
Justified?
I believe we should have all 12 of us if we ever want any hope of defeating the evil.
To be fair, we just kind
Well,
of
there is
See,
another person. Observation to point out. Every single time somebody disappears, someone new comes along.
I have a theory.
Yeah.
I think that people are disappearing and reappearing because the original 12 aren't all here yet. But basically, Jester is not, or never was, supposed to be one of the Wondrous 12, which I said from the beginning, and I think that this proves it.
I suppose I should tell you all something. Angelus has shown me something, and basically it entails that we cannot enter the realm of the ancient evil until we have all 12 keys. And we obviously can't have 12 keys without 12 pillars, without 12 rulers. And so I believe that fate has brought a new person to us each time, so we will always have 12 rulers in our kingdoms.
Queenie, Teak, and Rose all believed that fate had brought a new ruler to them every time one had disappeared, and it happened to be me this time. From the way it was phrased, though, there was no choice but to accept fate bringing me in as the new ruler. They needed 12 keys, so they needed 12 rulers. However, my uncertainty was drowned out, and the decision was combated by a few of the others.
I think
How
you also
so?
didn't really
Rain
like
is
I
just
don't
a
know
rando.
that you're not supposed
Rain,
to be
I'm
one of
so-
them.
But I'm
Also, have
Rain,
a
I'm sorry,
theory.
but you are just a rando.
What do you have against Rain?
I
I don't
think
have anything against Rain. I'm just pointing out an obvious fact that Rain is a rando, just like how while we didn't realize
She's
it.
not a
but-
random. She's my friend from my travels.
okay.
So,
It's
Rain,
like-
do you want to be a ruler in our kingdoms?
I mean, you've got enough gold on you.
yeah.
It's like some.
Ah, yes, the
magic
gold makes you a
thing.
ruler.
Ultimately, it was decided. I was now one of the cursed 12.
Wait a minute. Speaking of 12 keys, where's Jester's key?
Oh,
question.
hold on.
really good question.
Let me
Who
jump
has-
down here.
Wait,
I
can
know
it
where
still
she
be
kept
none
it.
of the-
As a new ruler whose biome's pillar had already appeared, I needed the key, much like the one Monks had received from his pillar. So, the search began. Upon investigation of the wreckage, we couldn't find the key the other rulers so far had received. This led us on a hunt to see who had possibly stolen it.
Everyone's a suspect.
Well,
Exactly.
I didn't do
Mhm.
it. Oh yeah,
Well-
everyone's a suspect. But I'm being
I-
interrogated first. I see how
I
it is.
just
Because
got-
you're the one who's here.
The quick accusations led to our investigations of both Zenoria and of the Bone Spire. Both searches turned up nothing. The last suspect was B, who admitted to stealing things they believed were rightfully theirs, but they didn't have it either. There was only one other person we could think of. With how quick she had been to fly away at the discovery of the lost key, Queenie was our last lead. We searched with our best efforts, but like the other kingdoms, the key was nowhere to be found. When the others began questioning her, she did reveal that if she had stolen it, it would have gone straight to B for a deal, so the key wouldn't be here even if she had taken it. In the end, we gave up on the search.
I think that at this point, our best bet is to just.
Rest.
I mean,
And
fate,
hope for another key.
fate brought us a potential emperor. Fate may return the key.
It would be found eventually, but we were all too tired to continue. My temporary living arrangements were made in a beautiful cozy house Queenie had built, high enough that I would be able to get enough fresh air while I slept. And we all went our separate ways. Queenie gave me a quick tour of her flower kingdom before we both called it a night on this hectic day. It seems my appearance has created some commotion in the 12 Kingdoms. But to be fair, the situation was already a bit rocky before I got here. Cursed pillars have been appearing. They steal magical energy and have consumed the previous swamp ruler, as she was made of the same void magic as the towers. On top of them are ancient crystals that local Elytrians have used for executions in the past. Something I'll have to look into later. There are more concerning things going on. When Monks told me that his kingdom had been wiped out, I honestly thought he was being overdramatic. As it turns out, I don't think he explained it well enough. Whatever this ancient evil is, it seems to be incredibly powerful. But why does it focus on these people? What is the point in destroying the kingdoms? How did the 12 outrage it this badly, and is it even really evil? Does it have any limits? Does it gain anything from the suffering that it causes? And what happens when it singles you out if you somehow anger it? Not one question seems to have an answer, and I don't know enough to unravel this beast yet. As the previous swamp ruler has passed on, the hunt to restore my status has turned me into one of the Cursed 12. But I will have to stop calling them that, especially since I'm one of them now. But who knows, maybe fate has cursed me too. I mean, it makes sense, right? If I am to establish myself here, what I need to do now is rest. All of this today has been incredibly overwhelming.